To this day. To this day.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
LAPD, open up.
What up, Bushido Spirit, back with another review. Snowfall Season 3, Episode 2, The More You Make. But before I continue, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification icon to let you know when I drop videos. Franklin is walking the streets like his dick has a kickstand. However, it's only a front. He out here juggling hand grenades and shit, with the pins pulled out. The more he makes, the bigger the target he becomes. And the inclusion of Man Boy, it feels like a wolf led into a hen house. I know, this may be Franklin keeping his enemy close, because it's apparent he doesn't fully trust him. And if the narrative doesn't convince you, he sums it up in an anecdote. Remember at school, the food fight that turned into a riot? It was wild. Everyone was involved. And a lot of kids attacked teachers and lunch ladies. Only a few of us knew to stay out the mess, not to go after the lunch ladies and the teachers. And he repeats, we stay out the mess. Now I'm assuming he's saying this may seem chaotic, like a free-for-all, but there are rules one needs to abide by in order to ensure success for everyone. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Don't take my kindness for a weakness. If you spot the opportunity to overthrow me, don't take it. There are consequences. And yeah, I don't really fucking know, but it's one of those. Has to be one of those. Though Franklin doesn't trust Man Boy, he sees an opportunity to distance himself and his crew for safety purposes. Create some sort of pyramid scheme. We provide the product and only bring in people who can afford to cook, rock, cut, and distribute it, lowering the number of people they actually come in contact with. Less loose ends. Also this episode, Franklin meets up with Avi. He's looking to establish offshore accounts, less regulation, greater privacy for banking. It'd be extremely helpful to hide the money, given that Andre is snooping around. One other thing to point out is Franklin's still not being honest with his mother. He lied and said he already had established offshore accounts, but he didn't. Later in the episode, he goes to talk to Avi about establishing some. Just seems like everything is about to come to a head. Man Boy is Icarus. The sun is calling for him. He's looking to overthrow Franklin. Andre still has this hard on for Franklin, especially after he embarrassed him in front of his daughter. Gustavo and Teddy meet up with Lucia's mother. They need to find new ways to distribute the product, now that Matt is out the picture. Lucia's family form is perfect. They got the manpower, space, and routes to move products safely across the border. Only issue is that Lucia's mother, like everyone, including fans of the show, don't fuck with Teddy. So Gustavo agrees to come back without Teddy. And what do you know? The plan was agreed to. And Lucia is still MIA. Nobody seems to know where she is at, not even her mother. Teddy, after making that deal with Lucia's mother, gets a surprise. The Sandinistas are fucking their shit up. The Contras are getting the dick. And if you don't know, the Contras are the radical group the CIA is selling drugs to support. So yeah, the operation is at risk. And the last thing the agency needs is problems. So they send Teddy's ex, Jules, to help lighten the load. The Colombian DEA has eyes on them, so they have to find a safer way to transport the product. Obviously, Teddy isn't thrilled. Being exiled has made him a loner, but he eventually caves and accepts her. To him, it might be possible for him and Jules to become a family again. Come on, Teddy is bigger than us. And if you didn't understand or give a fuck about anything I talked about in the last 2 minutes, then that's fine. Teddy's storyline is all business. Hopefully having his ex back in his life will give him some fucking personality. You saw how he looked at her. Louis and Andre. So Louis didn't just visit Claudia to give up the ass again. She put her to sleep forever this time. The cops are calling it an overdose. But Andre isn't satisfied. He was told Louis was the last person seen with Claudia, and the two sparred before. Basically, 1 + 1 times Franklin equals this bitch did it. So he issues a warrant, and Louis is arrested immediately. She doesn't stay long, however. Franklin and Jerome show up with a lawyer to bail her out. Turns out Andre never had permission to pursue. The cops are leaning towards suicide. Man, Andre is playing a dangerous game. I mean, Franklin probably won't put hands on him, but he's not the only person in this world with hands. To quote Clark County, Andre's story ends this episode with him talking to Captain Wells. He had to bypass the chain of command. Him and Captain Wells seem to be concocting some sort of plan to clean up the block. Leon gets a new recruit. While out and about testing weapons, a kid from the block offers his services. Leon turned him down initially, but this time he seemed really determined. The kid said he'd do anything. And you know what that means. Sure, you can join. Be all you can be. I hope this isn't that TV trope where we follow this kid's story only to have him die, showing the hardship of the street life. Cause it really looks like that's going to happen. Finally, Soledad goes to talk to DEA agent Tony about an infiltration. Someone is leaking information to Rigo. Teddy had to blow her cover to earn his trust because he already knew. Someone from the DEA department told him. And I just want to point out that Soledad went against what Teddy said. Teddy told her not to tell anybody. Hopefully Tony is the snitch and Teddy goes to kill Soledad. I'm just tired of saying her character. So that's pretty much my review of Snowfall. How did you feel about this episode? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you enjoy it? Also like, comment, and subscribe, hit the notification icon. And what are some other shows you would like me to review? Peace.